We're back, y'all.
Sorry about that. So, this video is this video is literally talking about, and we're back, folks, how the federal government is passing certain laws, and with these certain laws, nobody knows about, and it's impeding your constitutional rights. I'm going to repeat that. Just when a few more.
You didn't say anything. What laws are they repealing?
That I can't remember off the top of my head, and that's why I wanted to post the link, because I wanted to quote it correctly.
It's supposed to do with voting and how aligning to vote with different organizations.
They're making you.
Yeah,
they're making you align with certain organizations. So, for example, if you're a Republican, you have to align.
You have to say Republican.
Correct.
You can't vote Democrat. If you're a Democrat, you have to say Democrat. You can't vote Republican.
And
but who's that really hurting? Really, honestly, who's that? What is it going to hurt? Any of the what they're trying to do is make people switch sides if possible. Oh, you like that candidate? Well, I'm going to switch for this election. I'm going to switch to Democrat. For this election, I'm going to switch to Republican, because what's happening, the independents are gaining more ground. That's why they're afraid of the independents, because the independents, nobody can control.
Yeah, and the thing about it, there's more and more independents to every election. Over the past 25 years, there's been more and more independents coming into circulation. And I think they're scared of that.
I wouldn't say it's more. It's stronger independence. People coming in stronger.
Okay, that makes sense.
I wouldn't say it's more independence. That's not what that they're afraid of. They're afraid that now a lot of the stronger individuals are coming in as independent and not picking a side, and they're gaining more ground, because they're gaining ground in the House. They're gaining ground in the Senate. They're gaining ground as far as with voting. They are gaining a lot of ground, because people are like, you know what? Democrats, historically, all they want to do is give you stuff to shut you up. Republicans, they're just stubborn as hell. They'll give you something, but you got to do something for them. So I'm tired of that. I want somebody to work for me. That's where the independents come into play. Correct. They have no choice but to work for you, because if they don't, they ain't getting none.
Correct. Now, that being said, let's just ask the question of what they are looking to appeal this law. I hope that they do, because at the end of the day, you're forcing me to either be Democratic or Republican. Correct? There's no in between. You're either going to be
independent. You can still
be an independent,
right?
But at the same token, how would that affect policies moving forward?
Well, it's not the policies they're worried about; it's the people. Think about it. The policies are going to come and go. They just voted on the policy, right?
Yeah.
So that's not what they're scared of. What they're scared of is, oh crap, is everybody keeps flipping, because it's already to the point where the House and the Senate keeps flip-flopping between the two. But now you slowly see independence creeping up. So now you're going to make people, oh, I can't be Republican. I can't be Democrat. You know what? I'm just going to go independent. That's what covers me. That's has my best interest at heart. They're listening to me, so I want to go independent. So what's going to happen is that when they see that fluctuate to that way, they'll come with a new policy to cover that now. Oh, if you're going to be independent, well, if you switch to independent, or you can't switch, or if you can't switch from House to, I'm sorry, I keep saying House, but you can't switch from Republican to Democrat for 8 years. They're going to throw a law like that.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
Now, just imagine if there was independents that took over the House.
I mean, like I said, they're gaining ground. They're gaining ground in both.
Imagine if that was. What do you think would happen?
I don't think it's it's happening.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I just told you, they're the only ones we're looking at the people. They're the only ones for the people. So,
true.
Yeah, that's a great thing. But now what's happening is they're realizing traditional ain't cutting it no more. We've been saying that for years.
Correct.
Right? We've said there should be term limits. We've said it's been saying for years. Not we. I talk about as a whole, the people as a whole. I'm not just talking about our show. Everywhere you go, people say there should be term limits. You've had what, 2 senators die in the past
year?
Four. More than 2.
Actually, 4.
Yeah, 4. I was going to say wrong. We got 4. And a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
So that ought to tell you right there, things need to change. They need to have limits. You got people in there that's been in office since, well, the Carters were in office. I mean, what's her name? Rosalind Carter just died, right? So you have people that's been serving since her husband was in office. Come on now. If she's killing over now,
don't do that, Pocket. Don't do that.
If she's killing over now, It's a whole line of.
Well, I've been saying it for years. At the end of the day, if they don't put term limits on it, then the younger generation needs to step up to force them out.
And you know what? I will say that the presidential turnout, they say, oh, it was historical.
The last one or
Yeah.
the one before that one?
No,
Because they both was historical.
No, the last one was the historical one. The one before that, not too much. This one here, when he placed Hillary, when Trump played Hillary, there was no historical turnout. The historical turnout was this one. This last one, when he went against Biden. That's when you had the historical turnout where they had record numbers where they couldn't even, they were still counting a year later. I mean, not necessarily a year later, but you get the point. That's how many people voted. That they were turning people away and trying to do all kinds of stupid stuff. So yeah, they're doing what they can to play with our voting. But getting back to the what we said in the beginning, people are focused on the wrong thing. People are so let's cancel Diddy. What? This man's a billionaire. Do you really think he can't? What are you canceling? He's a billionaire.
He ain't done nothing to me or my family. So
Exactly.
I personally don't care.
I ain't in his dinner table. He ain't at my dinner table. I ain't going to his party, and he ain't coming to my party. Now, if he wants to come to my party, I ain't turning him away. I just tell you that right
I don't
now.
know. I'm like, because I heard Diddy gets wild at parties.
I don't give him that. He walk in there because guess what? If he's coming to your party, it's gonna be closed door, and he's paying. So you know what? You can do all you want out in my backyard. I don't care. Put an igloo over it. I don't care. But lay your fold. Case in point, he ain't at my dinner table. He ain't doing nothing for me. He ain't done nothing to offend me. He's done nothing to what I can see. Okay, I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound really controversial. He ain't done nothing underage.
That we know of.
He ain't done nothing underage. There you go. You can bring negativity all you want. Ain't nobody said anything, so he's done nothing. What is this? What is the country we live in? Innocent until proven guilty. So you want to make an allegation of something that we know of? Okay, fine. We don't know anything, so we can't speak on it.
Facts.
We got to remember, we're in entertainment. We can't sit there and put something out there that we know of. We can't say that. What we can say is, we ain't seen it, so it ain't happened. So therefore, he's done nothing to offend any part of anything as far as I'm concerned. Everything that's happened that we know of has happened with adults. Consenting adults. Or unconsenting, depending on who you talk to. Depending on what money, how much money they want, I guess.
Well, it got settled. So at the end of the
day,
no,
he got 2 or 3 more allegations that came out right behind it. So I think
it's 2 more allegations he has, including Cassie, a total of 3 right now.
Yeah,
and a lot of companies have severed ties with them. Revolt has pulled their contract with them. The school, like I mentioned before, they pulled their contract with him and everything like that. So there's fallout that's literally coming out.
And I think Macy's, remember you mentioned Macy's.
Yeah, Macy's too. Yeah. But the whole thing about it, when we focusing on this, but when they're stripping you of certain voting rights, or basically, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're worried about canceling. You're worried about canceling a billionaire, while in the meantime, your rights are being taken from you. Make it make sense. Everybody's so
right
focused.
Under your nose, and you don't see it happen.
So focused.
And the thing about it, nobody knew that this vote happened. That's the crazy part about it. Nobody knew that this vote happened.
It was literally going on the same time as this Cassie news was breaking out. But what was the headlines on CNN and everywhere else? Oh, Cassie suing Diddy for whatever amount of money, taking him to court. Whatever it was. But and what's under that? Meanwhile, in the House and Senate, they voted on a bill. I think that's a little bit more important to me than what's going on with billionaires and millionaires and people that have flopping records. I mean, what's Cassie have? 1 hit?
Diddy, Jamie, and Old Boy in New York. Yep. They coming after them all. And they trying and they just L.A. Reid is one of them saying,
we talked about that.
Reid and Diddy was involved with something.
I don't know if it was together, but I know the stories came out like back to back, so it could have something to do with it. But again,
and then Jamie Foxx, there's an allegation against Jamie Foxx right now.
Yeah. The girl said he drugged her and took advantage of her. I'm like, you know what? But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They know who to pick. They know, because guess what? Let's talk about Matt Rife for a second. He came with a Netflix special that was more controversial because he supporting domestic violence.
I follow Matt Rife. He be funny sometimes.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. No,
Matt Rife be funny.
But this is the point I'm trying to make. Do not cut this off. This is the point I'm trying to make. Look at the color of their skin compared to him. What do you think should be more headlines? Somebody that's actually making jokes funny about domestic violence, or
you know what happened to you? You got distracted.
No, I didn't get distracted because that's exactly where I was going with that. That was perfect timing for that to come up. Jamie got stink finger. That's more important than Matt Rife talking about domestic violence survivors in a negative way. That's kind of a red flag to me. I mean, think about it. He's making jokes about domestic violence survivors in a negative connotation. That's a red flag to me. I mean, what kind of crap you got going on who had to get paid off? Why aren't you on Wild and Out anymore? Does it have anything to do with the incident? These are things that people are so blinded that you see a black billionaire, so you want to hate on that person because you aren't in that category. Okay, that's fine. You do that. But at the same time, let's look at something that you actually can pay more attention to is your voting rights being changed. Don't sit there when it comes time to go vote and you go to you go in the thing, you find out you can't vote. What? When did this change? While you were sitting there trying to cancel Diddy, cancel Jamie, cancel Lele Reed, cancel, I can't think of who else it was in New York, the other guy in New York. And let me throw Matt Rife out there too. And Matt Rife, you're canceling all these other people at the main time. They're taking your rights, man.
So let me ask you this real quick. Do you think that this will honestly change the ballot?
It could. It definitely could, because that's going to make people rethink now. Traditional Republicans that are no longer seeing that the Republicans are seeing.
I know traditional Republicans that vote Democratic on certain bills, opposed to their party is what I meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it goes vice versa. Where I'm not just because I am a Republican. I don't see it. But I don't straightly vote Republican. I am a registered Republican, but I don't vote Republican all the time. And that's what they want to stop. They want to stop people like me, people like you. They're the Democrat. They don't necessarily vote Democrat all the time. They want to stop that from happening. They want to force us to vote for our party because the independent is catching up. Because guess what? A lot of times I do find myself going for the independent because their views fall in line more with my views now. What does that mean? That's a scary. That means it's no more the donkey and the elephant.
Well, let's talk about the politics in general as if of what we know for facts. We know that this country is a corporation more so than anything, correct? Mm-hmm. So the people that we place in office when you have a big corporation is basically you got your president, that's the COO. You got your CFOs, you got you got your how do they call it? The
CEO, COO.
The
CFO.
ladder, your chain of command.
They call them your chain of, they call them CLO or the ELC, Executive Leadership
Correct.
Committee.
So you got your chain of command, and they operate within the jurisdiction of what they're allowed to operate into. However,
that's what it should be. But what they do is they operate within wherever the money's coming from.
Exactly.
That's what.
So when it comes down to the best interest of what is good for the company. It's for the best interest of what's good for their pockets. That part,
the line their pockets.
That part right there. And until we can be able to understand that, that's first. The step to what there's the 12-step program. First step is always admitting that there's a problem, right? If you can admit that that's the problem, you can begin to open up your eyes and start changing things. Start looking at things for what they really are. If you're going to elect these officials to run this country as a corporation, put what's best for you first.
You know what? If we really had bankers, CEOs of actual businesses running this country, do you think we would have $1 trillion deficit?
Depending on who you put in, because there are certain CEOs that's run their company down to the ground.
I am trying to spin this the right way it should be going. Okay. I'm not talking about Obviously, you're not going to put somebody in office that you're not going to vote somebody in office that runs a business to the ground. That if you're putting somebody in office for that, then obviously your voting rights need to be canceled. That's what needs to be canceled. I am talking about actually voting for people that actually run companies, not drive them into the ground.
Would you put Bill Gates in office as president?
I wouldn't say president, but I put him on the council. I put Elon Musk on the council. I put
like what positions would you give them?
I said on the council. Who cares what position? I'm putting them on the council. So they have voting power. Because guess what? They're going to put the best interest that's going to make the corporation money. That's what they're going to look at. So if it means, trimming a lot more fat where it needs to be trimmed at, and they can see that, because that's what they did with their companies. Guess what? That's how they become successful. They started realizing, I got to trim fat here and here for the long term. Okay, so what do I need to do then? How do I trim that fat?
This dude is crazy. Trulu, you're done. You're done, Trulu. Whoever brings the Enchilito back, I got my vote.
You know what?
I wasn't a fan of the Enchilito.
You know what? I didn't even have that, but I've heard some stuff about that.
The Enchilito or Anchorito or whatever it's called.
Somebody gonna have to. You know what? Actually, what did the Taco Bell bring back? That was supposed to be gone. The fries, right? The fries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then they had to bring it back because everybody from Cardi B on down. See the power people have. See the power. You know what? See the power that people have. That's a great example of it. They took something off the menu, and the vote for it was so strong to come back. They had no choice. Great business decision. So imagine somebody being able to make that decision in office. Oh crap, the people really want to see this. Let me look at the numbers. It makes sense for me to bring this back. It makes sense to make this change because look at the long term. Look, it's going to line the pockets of the corporation.
Yeah.
So there you go from $1 trillion deficit. Maybe you get it down to what's below $1 trillion.
Now, I want to throw this out there just to be controversial a little bit. Would you rather a male CEO or a female CEO run the country?
I don't give it.
You don't care? Okay.
I really don't.
Some people do, and that's why I put it out there.
I know why you went there, but to me, it's the best person for the job. But now, here's what I don't want is somebody that's overly emotional. Now, that doesn't mean female. That doesn't mean male.
Yeah.
And there's some men that way more emotional than females.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, pump your brakes, bro. Pump your brakes. Hold on for a minute. What's going on?
Tell them no, and they start crying.
Oh, shut up. So that's a can of worms you don't want to get in somebody that's too emotional. But yeah, exactly. True. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Who cares? As long as you're lining the whole and not the few, who cares? As long as they're making, and what I mean lining, making the correct decisions. Because right now the people making decisions make it make sense. If you send more money overseas, you take care of the homeless people out there, you feed the quote unquote not hungry children in Nigeria and Africa, because they come out and said, we don't need your damn money. Keep it in your country. Why you keep sending all this money and rice over here? We got plenty of food. People just elect to do what they want. Just like here, they elect not to, sometimes they elect to do what they want. But right now, everything's so overpriced, you can't make a choice. The choice is made for you. Help the people here. Make the right choices here and stop sending stuff over there. Because every time you send something over there, price on milk
goes up.
I'm surprised the price on gas has come down.
Yeah.
Because it's the winter. So most times you're using heat in the winter. Most heat is gas. So
it's just funny to me that you actually mentioned that as far as resources. My favorite, the money spent to study cocaine effects on birds. Yeah. We were actually talking about that. Me and Trula was, they actually have a budget for that. Like and the thing about it, all of this is public knowledge. You can go and look at the budget and see what certain things are being spent on.
I'll tell you this. So you know that after every election, the president gets to come in and the first lady make furniture and paint choices in certain parts of the White House for no freaking reason.
Well,
And if you get reelected, guess what? You get to do it again. But you just chose that 4 years ago.
yeah, for real.
Make it make sense. Another thing that I talked about this, I believe, with my wife, about how, and we talked about this too, how, actually, no, we didn't talk about this. And I saw a video on this, how I guess I'm going to use this as an example. So Nike, they did something really special. They're bringing out a new shoe, the new Kobe, the reverse Grinch.
I think I saw that.
So I think I took you the shoe.
Yeah,
I took you the shoe.
Yeah.
So this is what they did. They did a limited release to a certain select few people. They gave them pairs ahead because it comes out next week, right? They sent shoes to random people. Well, when people went to go look at these people, these were actual influencers. They weren't regular people. You didn't send these shoes to people that are randomly in there that tried to get a shoe and didn't get it. How about doing that, making it random that way? Somebody tried to get a shoe, they didn't get it. Guess what? They got entered into the drawing to get the Grinches free. No, they didn't do that. They randomly picked select influencers. And how do we know that? Because people got time, right? What do? They go, oh, so-and-so got a pair. Let me see who you are.
Let me see who you are. And I'm going to follow you. And
well, no, well, let me see. Why'd you get the shoes? How'd you get them? Who are you? Oh, you're a sneakerhead. Okay, that's why they gave you the shoes so you can wear them and promote them. Oh, you're so-and-so. Oh, you're a sneakerhead. Oh, you're related to so-and-so. Oh, you're this. So they didn't do it. It wasn't as random as they wanted it to be. And it's an epic fail because it came out and they didn't want it to come out how they did it. But again, it's a select of the few.
I mean, at the end of the day, companies want to be.
And yes, I'm hating because I want the shoe. So I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm hating.
That's what it is.
I'm just coming out and say it. Y'all there's been many stuff that I went out there to try and get, and I couldn't get it in my damn size, and y'all couldn't even just send a letter, a postcard, just something. I mean, come on now. But that's my PSA for that. But it works along with it because guess what? It was a select few that shouldn't. People that don't need it got it. I guess I can't.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to the influencer, there's a lot of influencers that look like they got it, but they broke.
That's why I started laughing. You should never do that. Got him. So let's let y'all zoom in real quick. So influencers, who the hell are you influencing, and why is it so many of y'all? I mean, every time I turn around, there's a new influencer popping up. I'm like, what? And then half of them are lying, talking about, oh, so-and-so sent me a package.
No, you bought it.
Exactly.
You bought it.
You're not a politician. Like the one senator, which I'll give him, his shoe game is hot.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a couple people in the Senate that they've got limited edition, like presidential Jordans and stuff like that, or Senate, well, presidential, but you know what I mean. They got special Jordans for the party, for their party, the Republican Party or Democratic Party. It's certain senators that get that stuff. Okay, fine. You want them to rep something that nobody else can get. Okay, cool. Sounds cool to me. I don't care. Yeah, his shoe game is tight. I give it to him. He got shoes that we'll never see on anybody else unless he decides or she decides to sell them, because there's many of them in there. I was like, so if you really want to make somebody an influencer, if you really want to be an influencer, first of all, step your game up, because like he said, most of y'all ain't got crap in your house or your apartment. And there's been many of them that came out and said, yeah, y'all, I've been living a lot. Like, we couldn't tell that. Baby, your edges ain't edging. Your edges that fell off a cliff.
On that note, folks, we'll be right back.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my god. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now, GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs. It's the start of 2024 and you're looking for new heat to kick off the year? That's when J-Dub the King steps in. His hot new single, You Gon' Know Me, produced by the Mechanics, features the talented Yuckmouth and Drew, is set to take the music world by storm. This anticipated single is set to release in January and will be available on all digital platforms. The countdown has officially begun. So while we wait for the release, follow at J-Dub the King on social media and be the first to know about all the updates, behind the scenes sneak peeks, and more. It's time to usher in 2024 with the hottest new single on the block.
And we are back, folks. Yo, so thank you. Appreciate that, Trulu. I appreciate that.
Unlike her edges.
There you go. You gotta laugh. So this is what I actually want to talk about right now. How was your Black Friday?
I'm black every Friday.
Okay. So how was this past Black Friday?
Just like every other Friday.
Oh,
me being black.
That's what I thought. Okay. So for those that don't So for everybody that don't know what I'm talking about, let me just jump into it. Black Friday, Friday.
Your Fish Friday.
Yeah. So officially numbers have came out, right? And it wasn't that great.
Ain't nobody made no money.
It wasn't that great.
Ain't nobody made no money.
I think companies got more into the red than they did into the
But
black.
see, so here's where they fooled everybody saying they're in the red. I'm gonna tell you why they fooled you.
You got fooled.
Go back and look from November 1st. And I've been saying this to not on air, but off air to different people. Like, oh, I can't wait till Black Friday. I'm like, why? I showed them the thing. It says right here, you're getting a 30 or 50% off right now. Why are you waiting until then? It's not going to get any different because Black Friday technically is still not the biggest sale day. The biggest sale day would always be exactly. We all broke. That's exactly right. They didn't put them groceries on Black Friday deals.
No, they sure didn't. And I would have been in the store for that.
They didn't put them chicken wings buy two, get three free.
They had buckets of chitlins for $30.
Oh,
God. No, here's the thing, though. And here's what blows my mind. Just like the statement of what you just got done saying, right? There was somebody that put Target on blast this year. They ended up, sell price was $429.99 for what was it, a 56 or 40
something inch TV.
40 something inch TV, right? They had a Black Friday special for the same damn price.
But here's what I didn't really look at it, but I didn't see that it shows the dates on the card. So did they show the dates? A lot of times, being formerly in retail, we put the new tag for after Black Friday behind the Black Friday tag. But here's the thing: what people are looking at, the tag's the same. But look at the deal. There is none. $20 off. Why y'all focusing on what the price is? Look at what the sale, $20 off. Now, going back to what I said originally, they started these prices November 1st. So for you to think Black Friday is going to be the best deal, the retailers that already had it in their mind, they knew what was going to happen on Black Friday. They set it up.
All right, we're done. He ain't lying though. When cheeseburgers is $8 for just a fucking burger.
I don't know where y'all getting cheeseburger from, man. But I'm gonna plug this spot. But there's a 2 for $5, a 4 for 2 for $5, or 2 for $7. There's a 3 for $6. There's all these deals out there. I'm not plugging in where they at. And if you just get there at the right time, you might not have to finance it. I'm just saying.
But no, groceries are goddamn that expensive to where you got to decide whether do you need to put food in your house,
or do you need gas,
or do you pay the electric bill, or do you pay the car note? Like you got to make life-changing decisions to buy food nowadays. Like
you got to go back to the old ways of putting all of them in the hat. And whichever one come out, if it's too expensive, you put it back in the hat. No, you don't. You put it on the side. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then you juggle the hat again, and you pull one out, and if that one looks looks pretty good, then that's the one that get taken care of, and then you'll be able to figure out what you got for the budget.
But enough is enough. Enough is really enough when it comes down to it. Like, what is it going to take? Well, I know what it's going to take. We need to stop sending money overseas for one, because it's costing us. Let's stop that. How about that? Let's stop that for one.
Or we can, you know what I like to, you know what I thought about this just now. It'll never happen. What happens if a certain percentage of the House and the Senate don't vote the way we want them to, and we could sit there and say, you know what?
We're finding you.
No, we ain't finding them. We cut the shit. They ain't getting paid. You ain't doing your job.
What? That was already a law.
No, what are you talking about? They get paid regardless.
The budget, though. That's why they wanted to avert the shutdown.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If they don't vote the way we want them to, I'm saying they don't get paid if it gets to a certain percentage. And guess what's going to make them do? That's going to rethink.
Then you're going to have a lot of them out there that's, well, I don't want to pay the government, so I didn't like what they did, so we're not going to pay them. You know what I mean?
That works for me.
Okay.
They do it to us. Have you not seen what they did when the shutdown happened? What did they do? They gave all these people IOUs, Social Security IOUs. They paid all the people that actually work for a living. They gave them IOUs while they were still getting paid.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the way the law is made. So you know what? Let's build a bill like that. You know what? You ain't doing your job. You're not voting the way I need you to vote to affect my pockets. So guess what? You ain't getting paid, bro.
Now, that being said, what do we do? Allocate the money for that? Obviously, if they don't get paid, that's an excess of money that we can use for different expenditures, right?
Do you see how many homeless people we have?
My man, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Do you see how many homeless people we have?
And for your millionaires and billionaires that's keeping hold to your money and this, that, and everything else, please stop.
No, you ain't holding on to your money. What you're doing, you putting that money over another place overseas. You're getting kids from overseas, and you got kids sitting out here on the street.
That part. Please stop.
You got babies being born out of hospitals because people can't afford a hospital bill or too scared to go to the hospital. Or better yet, the hospital turns them away when they're not supposed to. Oh, did I say it? Yeah, you guys take the Hippocratic Oath. You know what that is, right? They're supposed to do whatever they can in any situation to help anybody, and they don't do it anymore. They don't do it anymore. And that's sad.
Enough is enough. A lot needs to change. So just putting it out there, y'all. Start reading what's going on with your labor laws, with your voting rights. Like, stop being distracted.
You're voting. You're voting right.
Your voting rights. Yeah, you're voting rights.
You're voting right.
Roden's got right.
You're punching his hell right now.
Hey.
Well, get out there and use your voting rights.
Look, it happens. It happens. But look, we preach.
Just get her done.
We preach every week about exercising your free will and your rights in the
exercise those demons.
You know what? I'm gonna go find me some chicken wings. I'm gonna.
That's right, y'all. Get on down to your local voting center and exercise them demons. From A to Z. And don't skip B and C.
From what?
Because you're going to get D's in your face.
D nuts. Anyway, folks. Hey, look, listen here. Exercise your free will and your knowledge.
You were about to say it.
No. Seriously. Exercise your free will and your knowledge of what you need to know to progress. Because at the end of the day, like we've been saying all show, they're changing stuff beneath your noses that you guys don't know about that's going to affect not only you, but your kids and your kids' kids and generations after that. You don't want this. Yeah, they don't. I see what may happen, and it's not good. It's not.
What is happening. It's not what may. It is happening. We see what our economy is right now. And what's funny is the new generations keep wanting to blame our generation. Well, I hate to tell you, but the fact that y'all ain't got no, y'all don't even know.
That part.
You know what? I'm going to say it anyway. You already know what gender you are. There's only two. You don't know what's up or down. You act like you've been here before. You just got here. But you want to blame everything on us.
And from the outside looking in, right? Because you said that, if they don't even know who they are, how the fuck would they know what they want?
Because
you understand what I'm saying? And that's a valid question.
And you know where I got this from? The past couple of days, I don't know, it's something about some of social media, what I guess look at. I've been seeing people talking about how they're going to raise their kids. They're going to be whatever gender they're born. They're going to be Christian or this, that, and other. And then you go look at the comments and people are like, well, how are you going to make them be? Well, first of all, they're a baby. They can't make a choice. What are they going to come out and say? I'm a boy. I'm a girl. I'm a frog. I'm a chicken. No, they're not going to say any of that. They're not going to know that until they get exposed to it. Think about it. And these are going to be the future leaders of the world? Not in my opinion. Mm-hmm. There's still some traditionalists out there, meaning, they understand. Like
I mean, I wouldn't even call it traditionalness. It's facts. You're either male or female. There's no in between.
But I'm a frog. Ribbit, motherfucker.
Ribbit. But at the end of the day, I find it funny. And I'm going to say it again. Like, you don't even know who you are. You're having an identity crisis. But yet, you want to dictate what the laws and the politics and policies are. Like, that blows my mind. If you don't know what you want, how are you going to tell me what I want?
Like I always say this, I don't judge people for who they are. That's the way I was raised. That's the way even the Bible says. We're not here to judge. We're here to love. It says, for God so loved the what? The Muslim, the Jew. No, it said the world. So guess what? That's what's professed. Love to the world. No matter what you want to be called. Okay, fine. Call me a human being, because that's what I am. I never know, was it furry or whatever the hell, like all this stuff. Like, what happened? When did this start? I don't care. But I know we need to get a handle on it because we look like a bunch of fools compared to the world. People want to talk about how great things are in other countries. Go over there and tell them you want to be considered a cat. They're going to look at you like, you better get the hell out of here and go back where you came from.
Go to China and say you want to be a cat.
Go to, yeah, you go home.
Ming meow.
You go to China and say you're a cat. Good luck.
Meow.
Yeah, exactly. My pronouns, like pronouns. I was like, bro, I don't even like at my regular job, they have it, you can put it in your email, like what you are. And I'm like, you know what? If you can't tell by my name or talking to me the first time, that's on you.
No, let me tell you, a friend of mine in California, right, went to go fill out a job application online, right? And in the series of questions that they ask you, they ask, okay, how are you? What is your gender, right? Male, female, other. And then right below that, what do you identify here? What are your pronouns? Him, her, this. I'm like, they put that on applications now?
You know what? Let me find out. I will do this on purpose. Now? I don't even need a job. I'll put on there. I'm going to put, I'm a male. Then what do I identify? Him, her, she, he. Cat, bat.
No, but I would like, she sent me, I did not believe her at all. I said, you're lying, because I've never seen it before in my life. She sent me screenshots of it. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
People don't, you know what, y'all get it together, man. Get it together. Yeah, people, and then there was another video of this preacher who was at a college, and this black lady. She goes, I had an abortion a week ago or something like that. And they pulled it right on out of me. And I'm happy about it, this, that, and other. And he said, all he said was, that's good, sister. I'm going to pray for you because there's a lot of hurt and anger in your voice. And I don't know why. So he had a microphone and she took the microphone. Well, he unplugged the microphone and said, can you give me my microphone back? I ain't giving it to you. You got an attitude. But you gave him attitude. He didn't give you any kind of attitude. All he said that he wanted to pray for you. And she said, if I get arrested, I'm going to laugh. All over it, all in his face and in your face. Well, she did get arrested and she didn't. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then she tried to understand why she was being arrested. He harassed me. What? Huh? You took his microphone, and then, yeah. So what have we come to? Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, she's a professor at this college. So she's teaching our kids. Help. This
Folks, we got to do better. Like as a whole, I say this and I preach this and I walk this. I do believe that I am my brother's keeper, whether you're blood or not. You understand what I'm saying?
But what is the brother that acts like he wants to be a sister?
I'm still my brother's keeper.
So what if it's a brother or a sister that wants to be a dog?
Rough, motherfucker.
We're not talking about Snoop. We're talking about actual people that want to be dogs.
Yeah, like the dude that bought a $15,000 dog costume and put himself in there. Like, I can't believe that. I can't believe it. Like, why would you allow him to do that, Pocket?
He's got the freedom of choice. Again, y'all that hate this country so much, go to those other countries and
that wasn't another country that he did it in. That wasn't here. The dude with the dog costume, that wasn't here. I think that was in Sydney. Oh. But it wasn't here.
There's a whole nother thing I can say. If it was Australia, I honestly, I'm not surprised. They do weird stuff there that I didn't even want to talk about.
Never been, so I couldn't tell you.
It's some interesting stuff that happens. But like again, go to some of these countries that don't give you that freedom. Matter of fact, a lot of people that are from the islands, y'all know how island folks are. You know, your mother island. You go there and you do the same stupid stuff you do here, there. Good luck.
But they do a lot of stupid stuff in their country, in their islands, that they do over here that they can't get away with. Like, for example, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? But one thing that I will tell you is that, yeah, you said it. You hit it on the head. You hit it on the head. I can repeat it.
But y'all, we profess love. We believe in love. That's that. We meaning me, my family. I'll open my door. You can come dressed like a dog if you want to, but I tell you one thing: you better be potty trained. We're gonna have a problem.
On that note, folks, what an episode!
And you ain't sitting on my couch either. You're a dog. You go where the dogs go.
We'll be back next week. If you do want to be a guest, definitely hit my inbox up at JDub the King on all platforms. Let me know what you want to talk about. We'll bring you right on in. But until next week, folks, thank you for tuning in. Pocket, I was going to give you a last word, but then I just realized, no, we're not going to do that because you be saying some outlandish shit.
Well, I was going to say the thing I sent you is what we should be using as our outro.
Oh, I tried to memorize that. I couldn't do it.
Me either. Wait, I'm going to try and get it, though. Wait, you got to, because I can't. Hold up. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, I can pull it up. I can pull anything up.
Because somebody put it in the comments on it.
Those are fresh.
Gotta go to the comments, I think. Life is not a waste of time, and time is not a waste of life. So let's stop wasting time, get wasted, and have the time of our lives. Quote from Pitbull.
Now, on that note, we're going to end it. Until next week, folks, we love you. Salute. We out.
Happy holidays.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, I was raised by elves, man. I can do what the hell I want.
We're not singing that.
Happy holidays.
I'll take that over Mariah Carey, though.
All I want for Christmas.
Don't you dare.
Is
no.
2 drinks.
Real quick.
Oh, it's not ending. It's not ending. It's going. I swear I'm trying to end the show. It doesn't want me to go anywhere. Is that what you want for Christmas, Drew? Hold up. No wonder I can't end the damn show.